So speaking of sex penis,
Mm-hmm.
I have something for you.
A sex penis?
Yeah. That's the big surprise, buddy.
Are we getting the surprise now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the surprise now. I've been waiting so long, and
Yeah. Me too.
so a few weeks ago, I went and got some work done with my artist on my fucking tattoo
Mm-hmm.
background. I don't know if I even showed you, but
Got a staph infection?
but not this time. No sepsis, no C. diff or whatever. But I got a lot of the background work done,
Mm-hmm.
and we're sitting there, and it's the first time I've ever tapped out on any of my tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And she was going. She went pretty hard for about 2 hours, which I've sat in the chair for 9 and not given a fuck. You know, the first visit was forever and not an issue whatsoever. For whatever reason, I lacked sleep going into the thing. We started at 10 in the morning. I was just really tired. I don't know if my skin was extra sensitive that day, but I fucking was struggling, especially like the wrist. This area, I hate to be like in general. It's the one place where I'm like, fuck, I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But she wasn't there forever.
Mm-hmm.
But then everything just started to be annoying, and we got a few hours done, and I'm like, I don't know how much longer I can go. And I was looking forward to doing the elbow. I don't have a problem with that. A lot of people hate getting it on the elbow. I don't mind it at all. I was looking forward to getting there because that's where some more color is going to be.
Sure.
But whatever. Too many details. Bottom line was, I finally tapped out. She was feeling some kind of way that day too. Like if she didn't have to tattoo me, she wouldn't have been upset about it.
Sure.
She had other things she could be doing, like not tattooing. So I knew it wasn't going to bother her if I did, and I was just kind of done. I couldn't do it. And she had already filled all the little cuppies with all the different ink that she was going to be using that day, and I was like, I started feeling guilty. Like, not only that I didn't feel real guilty about tapping out because I knew it wouldn't have bothered her, but the thing that bothered me was material waste. She's not going to pour the ink back into the jars, right? It's already been out. That's contaminated. It's in the air. I don't see that being a thing that an artist would do. So I'm like sitting there and I'm like feeling bad about the waste. And I was like, well, what if we tattooed my best friend's name on my body?
Shut up, dude.
And she was like, what? I was like, yeah,
no
what if we tattooed my best friend's name on my body? And she was like, well, of course we're going to fucking do it. And I asked the other dude that's there, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Sean. Shout out Steph Sticks, Incognito Inc. in Winthrop Harbor. Go get it done. Fucking place is awesome. Yeah, so I asked Sean, I was like, well, what do you think about getting my best friend's name tattooed on me? She's like, dude, I have my best friend's name tattooed on my butt cheek. And I was like, no fucking way, dude. He's like, swear to God. And he fucking showed me, and I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. That is hilarious.
Okay.
So then I messaged back, and I'm like, how you feel about me getting Pete's name tattooed on me? And she's like, come on. I'm like, me and Pete talked about it, I think maybe on this podcast before in the past.
That was going to be a consequence, though.
As a consequence, and I think I think in conversation it was generally silly, like to get each other's names tattooed on us or something of that nature.
Sure.
Or a consequence or whatever. Whatever it was. It's something we had talked about before. But yeah, dude showed me his butt cheek. I was like, that's fucking great. That's hilarious. So I'm like, let's fucking do it. So I did. Got your name tattooed on me.
Stop it.
On my butt cheek. Do you believe me?
Not really. That's wild.
There is a cursive Pete with a heart on my butt cheek, dude.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. Not even a little bit.
Okay, well.
Why?
Are you going to touch it and rub it and make sure I didn't write it with a fucking Bic pen?
I'm going to mom it.
You can do it.
All right, let's see this.
Here's the funny thing. When I was texting Beck about it, she was like, no, you're not. I'm like, No, it's already, and I showed her she had already put the transfer paper on my butt, and that's where we were and she's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Prior to showing her that, I had said butt cheeks. So I don't know if it got in her head that I was getting
Just
your
go all the
name
way across.
old
The
English.
crack's gonna be the T.
You get like Thug Life, but across my butt, and it's only Pete's name.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. Just put a little heart on my asshole. Yeah, we didn't do that, but I did get your name. It's on my butt cheek. I got my best friend's name on my cheek. I'm gonna show you, and you're gonna fucking love it or laugh or you're gonna punch me. But it's a thing that happened.
Okay.
My family's thrilled, by the way.
Come on now.
There she is.
Stop it.
There you go. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Touch it.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh shit. That's amazing.
So
Now I have to go get your name on my butt.
that's exactly what I thought you were going to say. I didn't think you'd be upset about it at all. I told.
I'm
Beth,
not
I was
upset.
I think
I'm flattered.
so good.
And now I'm trying to think of when I have time to go get Andy.
That tattoo shop was fucking.
You didn't film it?
In stitches, dude. I should have.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
why I didn't.
We got to go get mine, and then you can film it happen.
But dude, it was so good. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of doctor's appointments or something.
Yep. Dude,
You're gonna have to get a colonoscopy at some point. And
it's March. I can't fucking wait. It's already set up, dude.
You're gonna see Pete on here.
You bet. Yep.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I know.
I love that. Like, you had enough of this tattoo. I'm gonna get a little bit more, but it's on my ass.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That was my first thought, and I'll tell you how I got there. But it's like, I've had enough of this area. Like, just...
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'm like, well, what if we start one of my other projects that I had in mind? And I'm like, well, I don't want to be here for another several hours. What's something easy? What's something easy and fucking hilarious that we could do here? And she's kind of going through fonts, and I'm like, that's the one. That's it.
You got to get a hold of her, see if we can get yours done, because
I go back in there.
I feel like such a shitty friend right now. Like I am the worst.
No, dude. So again, yeah, you weren't supposed to know. I didn't even know going into it like I was going to actually do it. But I'm like, dude, that's fucking comedy
So, you know
gold.
what's great about you is
Yeah.
that's something like, you know how like the YouTubers is the big thing. Where they do outlandish things.
Yeah.
That's something some chucklehead would have been like, we're gonna go get our friends' names tattooed on our asses, and they would have filmed the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even you just did it.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
You're
you're
in
a
that moment. In
genius.
The moment. Yeah. Well, and it's you know, the tattoos are supposed to be important.
Mm-hmm.
People look at it like, what a fucking, that's such a funny joke, or you're Beck and you're like not so funny because don't you love me? Aren't I important enough to get? No. Yes, of course you're important enough, but I would never get a girlfriend or a wife or anything like that tattooed on my physical being because there's just too many things that could go wrong.
Kayla,
Yeah,
Mackenzie,
I have Kayla's.
Lorelai,
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah, those three kids are never going away. And that's not to say that Beck is ever going away. That's not to say I'll never get Rebecca's name on my body. I've never planned to. In my whole life of relationships, I never got a woman's name on my body. But this thing that we got going, if I end up moving to Denmark, I'm taking a little piece of you with me. Right on my cheek, bud. Right on my cheek.
I don't want to talk about that.